Now we're gonna move forward to our next module. Next module is our team module. Admin can create multiple teams. It could be like backend team, Android team, front-end developer team, or DevOps team. Each team member will have its own role. Like each team member can have member role, owner role, or manager role. So each team belongs to, like, one team can have multiple members. We're gonna have these type of relationship. First of all, we will create a team. Only admin can create a team. We're gonna implement this feature. Now we're gonna generate the teams module. We don't have teams module and teams controller and team service. I'm also going to generate controller. And I also need service. Let's look at our source code. I should see the teams module, teams controller, and team service. Now I want to have a new method, create team. So only admin can create a new team. So we need a body. Actually, we need a create team DTO decorator, create team DTO. We did not create the data transfer object. I want you to create a new DTO. Let's use the create team DTO.ts. When admin will create a team, he only needs to provide the name. So I can add, please add create team DTO that will have name property. Name is required. I'm using GitHub Copilot to generate the team DTO, create team DTO. That's good. Its string is not empty. Now I can import that create team DTO. So I got the create team DTO, and I also need to get the user ID. So I can use the request from common request. It should be request from NestJS express. Can I use request type? Yes, request. Here we need to get the ID first. User ID. I'll request dot user dot ID. And finally, we're gonna return the team service method. We did not create that method yet. Team service will have create team method, and we will have create team DTO and user ID. We also need to apply the role only. We have a roles card. Here I should mention the role dot admin. We need to import that enum. I have imported the role in admin controller, so we're gonna follow the same syntax in the teams controller. Role dot admin. Only admin can create a new team. Let's use the any here. What did I use in the profile? Let's create a new method. We should import team service. It should be team service. Let's create the creating method. So we have a create team. It's going to accept the create team DTO and a user ID. It should be a string. So let's generate a team with this dot Prisma. Make sure you import the Prisma. Private read only Prisma. Prisma Service. We need a Prisma Service. You can see that Prisma is not providing me this method, create method, because we did not define the model yet. We did not define the team model. I'm gonna create the model. We don't have a team model yet. Prisma is not giving me suggestion. So we need to create a team model. ID default, I need a name which is string, created at and updated at. I also need the owner ID. We need to store who has created the team, right? It should be string. We also need to make a relation with user model, like admin will create the team. So that is why we need to add we also need to make a relation on the user model. So let's say admin can have multiple teams. I'm also going to create a separate model for team member. It should be model team member ID. We need to store the team ID. We need to store the user ID. We need to set the role, team role. We have to create an enum. It should be team role. It should be admin, member, and manager. Let's discuss the relation of member. So each team member will belong to some team. We need to add a relation for missing relation for team member 2. This one representing the field ID, which is team ID, and the reference ID of the team, it should be this. Here you will add the team ID, this one. Here you will add the primary key of the team's model, which is ID. The same case in here, team, this one, the user ID, we stored the user ID. That's why I placed the user ID. And this one is the foreign key of the user, which is primary key of the user, which is ID. So each team member and the user ID should be unique. It means one user cannot join the same team more than once. So multiple users can join multiple teams. Let's generate the Prisma client. Now I should be able to have a team. You can see that it is working now. This should be async function. We need to provide the name. The second argument, we need to provide the owner ID. It should be the user ID. And we need to create the members. Actually, we need to create that. We need to provide user ID and the role. Role should be admin. Role.admin. I got the role from the Prisma client. Prisma client also provides the typing. You can use that. Why it is giving me the error? Let's look at the team model. We have created the, I think we don't have members array. It should be members. Let's generate the typing again. Now I should be able to see the members. And I also want to include the members to true. Here, this object, we are providing the members and we are using the create method. When we will create a new team, we want to tell Prisma, please also create a new team member. So you can do the two queries in a single query. Instead, what you have to do if you are using other ORM, you have to create the team first, then you need to create a team member. So Prisma allow you to run both queries in a single query. This include means we created a new member, team member. I also want to return the team member in the response. That is why I use the include object. And finally, we will return the team. We did not test this feature yet. We will test it. Now we have to test our API. Let me run my project. I need to send the API request from the Postman. I think I got the issue. I have to fix that. I did not import the Prisma module here inside the Teams module. So I can say that Prisma module. Now that looks good. So first of all, we need to test create team route localhost colon. This should be the post route 3000/teams. Let me send the request. Cannot teams, not teams invite. I need to create the team. Let me double check that teams. I forgot to add the post decorator. Name should not be empty and name is string. I'm gonna say backend team. I only need to provide the team, but I got internal server error. Assume Prisma is properly injected. Let me open the team service. Prisma.service. Let's create. Honor is missing. Yep. One more thing we forgot to add. Just like for the admin controller, you saw we did not apply the guards here. We gotta follow the same strategy for Teams controller. I gotta import, because all of the routes will be protected. I also want to implement the roles card. Import the NestJS config. Now I should see the unauthorized exception error because we did not provide the token. We need to make the login request as an admin. I can create the login request auth/login. We need to provide the body. I think I created the admin@gmail. I think I forgot the password. Let's try that. Oh, it worked. I got the access token. And let me provide that. I still got internal server error. What is missing? Assume Prisma Service is properly injected. What is going on here? Inside the team service, Prisma Service, inside the Teams module. Yeah, I am exporting the Prisma Service. Let me ask it from GitHub Copilot. Add to the chat. Can I do that? Open GitHub Copilot. Add selection to the chat. Yeah, I forgot to add the migrations because we updated the Prisma model, but we did not run the migrations. I can use npx Prisma migrate reset. Npx Prisma migrate def. Name of migration teams model. Let's run the project. Still getting the internal server error. This.prisma.team. I found an issue when I look at the team model. I'm using the ID, name, owner ID, and members. I set the default to create it at and update it at. Let's check that error. Foreign key constraint violating the team owner ID foreign key. Let's try to get what is inside the user ID. Oh yes, I got the user ID, but we have to check that who is the user, what is the role of that user. If you don't have installed pgadmin, I want you to create software. I want you to install this software pgadmin. This will help me to interact with our Postgres database. You can copy your credential to connect with Postgres. You can use that. This should be your username. This should be your password, and you can use the local host. This should be your post. So I already created my connection. I've already set up my connection. Let me connect with, I created a new connection. Here I'm going to provide my password. So this is the database. You can double check the DB name, pmanagement DB. If I open this one, we don't have any user. Yeah, that was the issue. Because we reset everything, now we need to create a new user. Instead of login, I can, then how it is giving me the token? Right now, I don't have any user, so we can create a new user. Let me register that. What is required in register? I can look at that register DTO. I need name, email, and password. I can also provide the role. Email, password is fine. Let's set the role. I'm gonna set the admin. Let's set the name admin PM. Now a user has created. So let's log in. So what I can do, I can copy that. Or I have created a collection by here in the NestJS Prisma course. What I can do, I can save that here inside the NestJS. This should be a register route. I'll call it register. Similarly, I can copy that. I think I have the login. Let's send the login request. Now I got the access token. Now let's provide the token to create a new team. Spectacular. We got a team. We have successfully created the team. This is the name of the team. Who has created this user? The admin. My code also created a new member. So if you refresh your tables, you should see a team member and a team. This is the team member, right? Admin has created. You can also double check your user. This one is the user. Role is admin. If you are not sure about how to install Postgres, I installed with Docker. Oh, sorry, which one? You can Google that. Install pgadmin. I installed with Homebrew. If you want to install with Homebrew, you can follow that syntax. This one, brew, install this one. But I installed with this one. You can also manually download the pgadmin. So it will help me to interact with tables. If you look at the Prisma migrations, you should see my migration, this one. So we have created the create team feature. If you look at we also want to implement the invite feature. Admin can invite other team members. So we gotta implement that. Admin can invite other team members. We have to implement that team member. We have to implement this feature. To implement this feature, you gotta create a new method. Inside the create team, I can use another method, invite team member. It will accept the invite team member DTO. Invite team member DTO. Let's use or create the DTO for invite team member DTO.ts. I can use the copilot. Please create the invite team member DTO. It will have team ID, inviter ID, which is optional, and user ID, which is required, and role is also optional. Role is optional, but default role is member. Awesome. So I can get the team role. I already created that. I can import from my PrismaClient. Is string team ID is required, right? Or I can say is not empty. User ID is not empty. So inviter ID is optional. When admin will send the invite to the member, he must need to provide the team ID, user ID, the member of the ID, which user he wants to add. Let's import invite member DTO. Get rid of this one. Now, first of all, we have to check the inviter. Inviter this.prisma.find first. You can use that. First of all, it's gonna find the team member based on team ID and inviter ID. If no inviter or inviter role is not admin, we're gonna send the error back. Only admin can invite to other team member. Here we are checking that. If there is an existing member, we can also add the validation. You have already invited. User is already a member of the team. Otherwise, we can create a new member. You can use the data object. You need to provide the team ID, user ID, and the role. When you look at our DTO, team ID, user ID, the user he wants to add, and team ID, user ID, and the role. And finally, we need to return a new member. So we have created the service method. Now we need to create the controller. I'm gonna copy that. Only admin can invite, so I can say invite member, or you can create this method should be patch or update. This should be invite. It should be invite member DTO, invite DTO. Let's call invite member. I don't need to provide anything. Actually, do I need to provide the user ID who is inviting? I think I need to do that. Who is inviting? User ID, team ID, and a user. We are not saving this user ID. So I can use the invite team. We need to provide team ID. Did I created the team? Let's double check that. Yes, we have a team. We need the ID, team ID. In real world production ready app, we may need to send the email. Team ID, I want to add as a member. Which user or which team member he wants to add. We need a user. We have only one user. Let's create a new user. We created the admin role. Let's add a new user. Member. This one should be Jane. jane@gmail.com. Name should be Jando. So we need to use that ID. When we invite, we should provide that user ID. This user he wants to add. We got the access token, so I can use that token. Team/invite. There is no route. I think we should use the patch. Successfully invited a member, but in production ready application will send the notification through email. If you look at our DB, you should see another team member. You can see that this one is a member. So we implemented the invite flow too. And admin can also update the role of the member. He can assign the manager role, or maybe he can assign the admin role to the team member. So we have to implement that. Admin can assign a role to a team member. Basically, he can update the role. So I'm going to define a new method. It should be role, or I think we need a different route to update the role. What we need a team ID. Which team member role do we need to update? Members / we also need a member ID, and I can say role. This should be update role. You can also create that method to async. I'm also going to create that method to async. So update role will have team ID. He will get the team ID. We need to get the param. This should be, I'll say the name of the param member ID. Let's import the param. I'll call it member ID. This should be a string. And second param, I need a team ID. Instead of invite DTO, I will have update role DTO. We did not define the update role DTO yet. We'll do it. This should be update role. Here I'll provide the update role DTO, member ID, and the team ID. Let's create the update role DTO. Date role DTO.ts. To update the role, all I need to get the role in the payload. I can use the GitHub Copilot. Please create the update role DTO that will have only single property role, and the type should be team role. Update role DTO, the type should be team role. Instead of importing the team role, I can import it from the PrismaClient. One more thing, this should be is enum. This is an enum, so I can set the team role. Now I can use the update role DTO. Let's create a new method inside the team service. we're gonna write a couple of validations first. Let's say if there is no role, if current role does not include our role, yeah, invalid role, it's gonna throw the value. We created the role enum, this one. If user provide the invalid role, it's gonna give me the validation error. Otherwise, we should update the team member, team ID, this one, in the user ID, which should be member ID, and assign the role. Instead of update many, why don't I use the update one for update? Yeah, update. First of all, I can also add the check. If team member exists, team member, make sure you check the team member. If there is no team member, we should throw the error. I can use the not found exception, not found exception. This should be bad request exception. What is saying? Choose team member signable to ID string. We should fix that. I think here we should place the ID. Yes, I think we should place the ID here. If I go to the team member, team user ID, team ID, user ID, what is that? I will provide the ID, which is team member dot ID. Should be member ID. So user will provide the member ID and the role. That is it. We made more simpler way. Let's provide the password. Team member, I'm gonna provide the ID. Let's say user want to make this role, this member to manager. We currently, the role of this team member is member. We wanna set it to manager. So we have to test it. Let me run my application. I'm gonna log in as an admin. So I got the access token. Now I can provide to update role. Do I have that? Yes, I have update role. I defined as a patch. Let me double check that. Yes, this one is also patch route. We copied the member ID. I'm gonna provide the member ID here. Oops. Let's set the token first. Now I should get the member ID. If you go to the prims, this should be the member ID. Here I should provide the team ID, so I can get the team ID from here. Let's say I want to set the role manager. Role has been updated. You can see the manager. If I hit the query, you should see the manager role. In real world, we will also implement like this will send the email notification. This will also send the email notification. So far we have created the CRUD for teams. Admin can invite team member, admin can create team, or admin can update the role.